Okay, I'm going to be starting out with my Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. And I had read some really bad reviews on it, so I tried some different ways to figure out the best way to get it to work for me. And I found that normally I just dot my primers right there and leave it. This one you have to really rub in, and then you'll feel it start to get really tacky. And that's how you know when it's ready. Then your foundation just will stick right to that. So I don't like putting it all over because it can get a little patchy if you rub it everywhere. But I definitely like getting my cheeks and my forehead. And I'm going to go in and get my smile lines as well. And then once I do that, I take my Mario Badescu setting mist, the rose one, and I just spray all over. And that really helps get that primer to fill all those areas in. Like I said, I've been trying some different ways, and that's what works best. And then I bought this MAC Studio Water Weight Foundation, and I love the consistency, but I don't like it by itself. So what I've been doing is taking my Revlon Photo Ready, and I'll apply a really thin layer of that first, and then go over it with a mixture of a little bit more in the MAC one, and you'll see it just leaves a really pretty finish. Okay, and then now I'm going to take the mixture of the two. You can see I'm not using a lot on there at all. Just enough to make another really thin layer. I think I just love the MAC one because of the finish, but it's not full coverage enough for me. So it works a lot better with a foundation that I know has good coverage. And I think that Revlon one has a very similar consistency. You can see it just looks like really fresh, glowy skin. So now I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm going to use that. I have a little bit of under eye color, but not a lot. So mostly going to use this to highlight. And you want to really make sure you're going back and forth with your concealer to help prevent all the creasing that could sometimes happen. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender again with some translucent powder and just put that underneath. I'm going to do the same thing around any area where I normally get creasing. So around my mouth and right in between my brows. And then what I like to do is I take the e.l.f. makeup mist set and spray that all over my face. It might seem excessive to have two setting mists. You can use the same one twice, but I do think it's important to put it on before you do your foundation, and then again afterwards. You can see it's still drying, but it just leaves a really nice dewy coverage and none of those lines are coming through. So I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. So this is the finished product. Again, just to recap, I used my Beauty Blender, a setting spray, my Revlon Photo Ready, and my MAC Studio Water, MAC Pro Longwear, and then a translucent powder. And then set everything again. And so you can see, like, I don't have any creasing. Nothing has settled into my pores or any kind of fine line, and it's still really glowy. Even though I set everything down with that matte powder, the foundation itself is so glowy, and then with the setting powder, it just looks like natural skin. And so the best part about this is, after much trial and error, I have figured out that this is now going to last me probably about 10 hours. Like, it won't move at all. I won't have to do any touch-ups. I get a little oily through here, but for the most part I'm pretty dry right now with the cold weather. But I'm not going to have any oil breakthrough. It's just going to stay just like this all day. And that's why I like doing my eyes really natural too, because then I know that they're not going to move. So I just have a nice and for me, flawless face to last me through work. And so I hope that this helped some of you, and if you have any tips or any tricks, please list them down below, and thanks so much for watching.